All right, going to play this video of a trade I took this afternoon. This is the ICT Silver Bullet setup. I'm going to play it in 2x speed, so you may have a hard time understanding what I'm saying. But it's 42 minutes long. This will reduce it down to about 20 minutes. This is on my practice account, just for full transparency. This is not on my any of my Combine accounts or my live account, so just for full transparency there. But this is outlining the Silver Bullet, and just watch it.
So we have the market structure shift here to the upside. We took out this swing high here, leaving a fair value gap. So I'm looking to get filled here at the 28, 15,028 for this ICT Silver Bullet. It forms between 2 and 3 p.m. most days. All right, we're tagged in. Going to be targeting this swing high up here. We're just going to be letting this ride and see what happens. Obviously, if it stops us out, just stops us out. Not much we can do about it. But this is the setup we were looking for. We sold off, pierced the liquidity down here. As you can see, we took that liquidity. So a nice swing low that we took out there, sold off. Market structure shift back to the upside, and so we're looking to ride the momentum back up here if we can get it. Move my stop down a little bit here because sometimes the NQ will kind of paint outside the lines, or maybe we're just offsides on this one. I find that between 2 and 3 p.m. the Silver Bullet is not as sharp as it is, at 10 to 11 a.m. and then 3 to 4 a.m. 2 to 3 p.m. is not quite as sharp. I did just sit down here, so I didn't really look to see, did we take out any highs at 2 p.m.? No, not really. So let's see what happens here, see if we're on sides here or not. Again, not going to lock in profit here or anything like that until we move up maybe to that 40, 45 area. Then we may move to break even here. Really want to just kind of let this one ride, let it work itself out. So I'm going to mute the mic and see what we get. Looking good so far. I'd like to get this move through the 40, maybe into the 45s, and then we can possibly move to break even at that point. Back in the red here, I guess one thing to note is you are going to take some heat on these types of setups sometimes. Sometimes they're not going to work. Nothing's perfect. So we'll see what happens, This is also indicative of a high resistance liquidity run here. We typically like these to be low resistance runs where it just kind of goes, but kind of looking like a high resistance setup here where it's not really going. But we're going to leave our stop where it is, let it play out, see what happens. ES is finally making a move up here. It based at 44.02, bouncing out of there at 44.07 now, so that's looking good for us for the potential move higher. It just moved through the 20 SMA there. Let's see what happens here, see if it can maybe trade up into that 15 or 16 level. Just kind of watching it here. Like I said, if we break the 45 level, we'll probably move our stop to break even, potentially. Or maybe just leave it where it is. And see if we can't let this thing ride. All right, moving up to that 45 level like we were wanting to see there. Let's see if this thing should push on through here. Got a couple of fair value gaps that are bearish that it's going to have to work its way through, but we'll see what happens. See if we can't get through there. Not going to move the stop just yet. Really feel more comfortable about the stop. I think if we break through that VWAP up there at 55, then we may go ahead and move the stop up at that point. Like that we created another fair value gap here. On the 3-minute chart, though, not necessarily any fair value gaps to be spoken of yet. Long wicks to the downside kind of shows that momentum to the downside was slowing down there. So possibly get this move out of here. Maybe even move our target up higher if we get a nice strong push through there. Trying to do a little better job at managing my trades, and I've been moving my stop way too fast, taking profit too early. So it's kind of the idea behind this trade here. Want to try try to mitigate those things here and let this trade play itself out. I mean, we're either going to lose $240 or, you know, are we going to be up, I don't know, almost 50 handles, $1,000, something like that. I'm sorry, is that right? Yeah. The potential for a $1,000 trade, like I said, may even move our target up higher. We get through that VWAP strong there, and there's no signs of reversing, then we may even target, you know, one of these swing highs up here. And really go ahead and move it in there and just kind of eyeball it. Try to shrink it down a little bit, keep it on the screen for you. Gonna move through the VWAP here at that 55 level. We'll go ahead and move the stop to break even at that point, if we can get this pushed through here. Probably gonna get a little bit of resistance right there at the 50, maybe pull back into the 40, 45 level before kind of working our way through there. But it may just go straight through there. It'll be nice to get through there with some strength. All right, so at this point, I would not expect this to revisit our entry. Gonna have this order block here, so I don't expect this to revisit our entry at this point. So we're gonna put our stop right there at break even now. If it does come back and stop us out, then it'll just be a bad day. But and this is how the ICT silver bullet pays right here. This is how it pays. Now we want to turn that VWAP kind of in support here. You know, can move back below a few points. But if we see any signs of reversal, then we'll go ahead and try to lock in some profit. You know, at least our 10 handles or something like that. But at this point right now, I don't see any reason to do anything other than just let this go. Kind of traded through those fair value gaps there, up at the 60. Almost all the way through them. You got one small, little more room to the upside to go there, but we're pretty much through them. Kind of trading up into this order block, so I want to maybe a little resistance here in this consolidation area. Get through there nice and strong. I don't see any reason we don't make it all the way up to the 15,100 level here. That's probably what we'll target, the 15,100 level. Pushing on through there nice and strong. That's what we want to see. One thing I noticed, just for reference on this ICT silver bullet, most of the time this is taking shape at around 240, around 40 after the hour. So if you're looking for it between 10 and 11, usually it's about 10:40. If you're looking for it 2 to 3, 240, you get what I'm saying. Usually it's kind of later in the hour once you kind of get that set up that you're looking for. Kind of struggling to get through this area here. Maybe a little consolidation before we push through. Kind of watching the ES here. It's approaching the 4410 level. And then it's got the VWAP up at 4412. So just kind of keeping an eye on that there. I want to see it kind of get through that area pretty strong. ES up at the 10 level now. Looking good. We're looking pretty strong for this move up to 15,100 here. Now we'll go ahead and move our stop into the profit just a little bit here. I mean, I don't believe it will revisit this order block. Got this liquidity here at the 74, 75 level that we're waiting on it to take out. A little resistance there. ES moved up to the 4011, kind of turning back down just a little bit. Like I said, maybe a little consolidation in this area before we get this move higher. Can't lose on the trade, so no reason to do anything other than just let it go, right? This is one of the things I like about Top Step versus Apex. You know, I hate to say this, but that trailing threshold drawdown really.
I'm going to kind of fast forward through this trade a little bit just to kind of keep the video shorter.
Moving into power hour here, across the 3 o'clock hour. So 3 on. Likely yes to get back above that 44.14 level. It's at 44.13 right now. Pierce that 44.16 pretty fast. Take us up into the 90s. Would be ideal. Yes, approaching the 44.14 level. See if we can't push on above. Get through that 44.16 here. Take. Yes, reapproaching that 15 level there. Let's see if this can push us on higher. I move my stop up here slightly because this really should hold this gap. If it doesn't hold this gap, then we may continue to sell back down here. But I don't think this should revisit this area. Kind of got this order block going on, fair value gap here. So locking in, whatever that is, 40 plus handles here on this move up. Let's see. Yes, finally making it through that 16 level there. Making it through that 16 level, see if we can push on up. All right, now we're locking in $1,000 here. I think that's reasonable. Let's just lock in 1,000. If it comes back down and ticks us out, I'm okay with that. But locking in 1,000, see if we can potentially get this move on up through there. Kind of pulling back on us a little bit here. ES ran that liquidity there. Might finally stop us out. Ooh. Looking a little wiki there.
Stop it.
All right, getting stopped out there, but taking out.
All right, so you can see there we were stopped out for $1,000 profit with this nice and easy trade using the silver ICT silver bullet method this afternoon. So this is what I'm going to try to be trading every single day from now on. Is just concentrating on the silver bullet, not really taking any other entries or exits. But that's it. That's a live trade. Just to kind of show you what you should be looking for. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. We'll see you next time.